Hi, my name is Mason Waring. I'm a partner at CCK, and I'm joined here with my colleague, Leah Small. We're going to talk about definitions of disability today, why they're important, and some differences between the own occupation and any occupation definitions of disability. So Leah, could you start us off by talking about why definitions of disability are so important?
Definition of disability is going to tell the claimant what standard they need to meet in order to be entitled to benefits under their policy. So it's really important for people who are getting ready to file a claim, or even before you are at that point, to read your policy and understand what definitions apply to you in your claim. Definition can also help you understand what evidence you need to submit in support of your claim if you know what you're trying to prove in order to receive benefits. It's important to keep in mind, though, that many policies may have multiple definitions of disability, so you may need to demonstrate you're disabled from your own occupation initially, but after a certain number of months of benefits, you'll need to demonstrate that you're disabled from any occupation in order to continue receiving benefits.
So let's focus first on that own occupation definition of disability.
So the own occupation definition typically looks at whether a claimant is able to perform the duties of the occupation they were doing at the time they became disabled. Now, typically, this definition is not going to look at your specific job for your specific employer, but rather how your occupation is generally performed in the national economy. But again, read your policy, because there are some policies out there that narrow what your own occupation is and may take into account your specialty, if you're a doctor or a lawyer. So it's important to make sure you know how your occupation is defined.
Great. And how about any occupation definitions?
Any occupation definitions are broader than the own occupation definition. They often look at whether a claimant is able to perform the duties of any occupation at all. But even this definition can vary a lot from policy to policy. Some policies are very broad, and they really look at, can you perform the duties of any occupation whatsoever? Some policies define it a little more narrowly and will ask whether the claimant can perform the duties of an occupation they're qualified for based on their education, their training, their past work experience. And some policies will look at whether a claimant can perform the duties of an occupation that would earn them a certain amount of their pre-disability earnings, which we often refer to as a gainful component in the definition.
And not every policy has an own occupation definition of disability, correct?
Correct. Some policies you have to be disabled from any occupation at the outset in order to be entitled to benefits. But whether you're dealing with an own occupation definition or an any occupation definition, it's important to look at both the physical and cognitive duties of your own or another occupation. So it's not just what you were physically required to do each day, such as sitting at a desk, working at a computer, but also what you had to do cognitively, whether it's making a lot of phone calls and talking to people, writing reports, things like that. It's all part of it.
Yeah, and although it is less common, there are policies that have an own occupation definition of disability for the entirety of the claim too. Leah, really important information. Thank you very much. If you have questions about your definition of disability or your long-term disability claim, if your claim has been denied or you just have some general questions, please feel free to reach out to us. It costs nothing to reach out to see if we can assist. You can find us online at cck-law.com or at 401-331-6300. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover in the future, please leave a comment. Thank you.